Oh, Kanye West, you've done it again, haven't you, mate? You've done it again. If you guys haven't seen, he's just dropped a new merch line in line with his new album. Oof, we need to have a talk about it because, you know what? As a designer, on the surface of it, it makes my skin crawl. But you know what? Maybe Kanye's right. Right, maybe he is living on this other planet. Maybe he's a genius. And here's why I think that might be the case. So Kanye's dropped Jesus is King. I haven't listened to it. Don't really give a damn. Not a massive Kanye fan, if I'm honest. But he's no longer a god. He's now just a king, which, that's by Kanye standards, that's, quite head screwed on. You know what I mean? I'll give him credit for that. But he's just launched a new set of merchandise to come alongside his album. It dropped last night. I saw it yesterday. Philip DeFranco put a tweet up and I was like, we've really come to this, have we? We've really come to this. Now, we can talk all day about style and design and what is and what isn't worthy. I mean, look, I've got a recycle logo on the side of my arm, and you know what? I've got some like weird trousers that make me look like I'm about to kill someone, or have already killed them and chopped them up. But I haven't, I promise. Nevertheless, Kanye's merch, in terms of the designs on some of it, it's nothing crazy out there. But there are some pieces, and it's not even the pieces. I think we need to start with the presentation, which is just the most bizarre thing about it all. If fashion is like white t-shirts for 50 quid, 60 quid, if they're high quality, that exists, that's a thing. I don't know, let's just show you. Now this t-shirt, this CPFM4JIK, whatever that means, t-shirt, is the one that struck me first. Not only is the design really odd, but you know what, high fashion designs are weird, they're just too random ellipses like with clouds. Like, okay, I can forgive him for that because again, like fashion design is very subjective. Stuff like this already exists. The muddy boots that Raf Simons put out a while ago. But my qualm is with the image. Like look at the image. Like look, it's like half t-shirt. You can see a bit of detail around the neckline, but then the rest is just like block colour, and then you scroll through the feed. Some bits are really clear that it's meant to be a t-shirt with just and then some things like a big yellow hoodie, which is just a block yellow, and the design's like going over the edge, and it's just there seems to be so little care taken with presenting these images. It's not just the designs are weird and it's charging an extortionate price. The way it's presented on the website is just bizarre, man. It looks like someone who's just used MS Paint for like the fourth time has put it together. But again, this is what I mean about, is there some genius like hidden deep in somewhere? Because for Kanye to put some stuff out, to put some weird designs isn't really anything new anymore. Like in terms of shaking things up and creating a conversation like I am talking about it right now. Because if these were just weird designs, I probably wouldn't bother with this video. The reason why I think this could be genius, and again, the reason why I'm talking about this now, is because it's different. And differentiation wins. That's what gets, obviously Kanye's got this huge audience. Anything he does, and I don't doubt that Kanye's, obviously Adidas hold his hand a bit with the Yeezys, but I don't doubt for a fact, he will have picked up some good design ability and knows what he's doing and knows what he's talking about and knows what he's looking at and has a good eye for stuff. But with this, it's kind of worked in terms of like just making this design that just looks so slapdash, so just thrown together. But at the end of the day, we're talking about it, and multiple pieces have sold out already, which I can't say I'm overly surprised about. Part of me is like really intrigued. Like, if I had enough money to throw out some of this stuff, I'd probably grab it. Unfortunately, on the UK part of the website, availability of product is much smaller. We don't get that t-shirt that I mentioned earlier, for example, or that gopping yellow hoodie. Unfortunately, otherwise I might have been tempted to pick up the t-shirt just to see what it was like if it's a Gildan blank piece of. But I mean, you'd hope it's good quality for the prices that he's charging, because, you know, I watched the Zane Lowe interview with him a little while ago. It was literally like earlier this month, I think, and he came across as much more level-headed, much more with it. Kanye's had his fair share of issues with his mental health, which obviously is horrible, but he seems to be in a better place now. And this, I feel, is you could argue it's the work of an insane man, but I'd argue it's maybe the work of a man who kind of knows his influence and knows that the best way of generating headlines is to do something completely different. And as much as the designer in me, I mean, look at some of these pieces here. It's not even centered, man. Look, it's not in, like, it just, stuff like that, obviously, like, doesn't make me happy. But nevertheless, even though it doesn't make me happy, you know, he's chucking in a ticket for whenever you buy an item, at least on the US site, I think, which is interesting. It's a nice little caveat, so that kind of partly justifies the higher price. Consumerism, this is it at its absolute finest in terms of influence. Like, you look at Supreme, prime example. The thing is with Supreme, they don't actually charge that much, but there's so much hype that's user-generated hype, not so much by the brand. I mean, when they put stuff like the Supreme logo on, you know, a baseball bat and a brick, there's a reason we're not all walking around in plain white t-shirts. You know what I mean? Like, people like to celebrate their individuality. People like to show what they do and don't like. And I think, yeah, this is just, I'll be fascinated to see what these tops actually look like in person. But yeah, Kanye's certainly done what he needed to do, which was generate a bit of buzz around it. And you know what? Like, fair play to him. Fair play to him. I hope the quality matches the price, and I'd like to think so, because this new world Kanye is all for sustainability, and he's talked about growing all his own materials to use to make his clothing and stuff like that, which is great. Fair play to him. And yeah, maybe these are the murmurings of a man who's kind of he's very shrewd, knows what he's doing. I can't believe I'm giving him credit for this, to be honest. I just feel like a bit sick with myself. But there's times where you've got to look at a situation and not just like dig into your little hole and be like, oh no, this isn't what is right or is normal. He's sold bits out already. Like, he probably will sell most of it out, and it will generate a lot of. It's going to do a net positive for him. And the kind of people who will buy it are obviously Kanye fans and hype beasts. They're not, you know, people who are really suffering and struggling in life. You'd hope anyway. You're not dropping, you know, $260 on a hoodie when you can't even afford to put a roof over your head every month. But yeah, so what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Is this a masterstroke from Kanye, or are we all just along for the ride on the Kanye train? Yeah, let me know down below. Please drop a like if you've enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new and you want to see more. I'm going to stop promising to deliver consistent new content, because I never deliver. So I'm hoping by not promising that, then it will happen, because that is the plan. I promise. My name's Tomo. This is the Tom McCluskey YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good one. Ta-da. 110. Come on. Been a good boy. If you haven't met my sausage dog, Minton, you're very good today, haven't you? Just been wandering around. Ooh. Minton.